So the education part of it is missing. Is there anything obvious that's missing that people could do?
I feel like they're not educating enough on the right things. They don't teach us how to invest our money in things like the S&P 500, in stocks, index funds. You will never hear any of you won't even know what these words mean if you're in school. And then they will teach us about how many wives Henry VIII had or whatever.
Still?
Exactly.
I did that when I was at
Yeah,
school.
exactly.
I haven't moved on.
Everything.
They're still doing
exactly
that.
It makes you think, because everything, when you look at the past 100 years, when everything, and you look at cars, phones, table, everything around us has changed except the school system. Nothing's actually changed in the school system for a very, very long time. And when you talk to your teacher about bullying, they'll be like, oh, it's okay, just avoid them. How can you avoid them when you're in class with them? And then when you actually fight back to that bully, they'll then tell you off for fighting back.
Exactly that.
And it's just, I think it's a failed system now, and if anything's to change, I feel like a lot of that needs to change.
Do you think it will?
No, not yet.
No?
Not until we have other people in power. But
And you guys are all going to vote?
Well, I'm not old enough.
I'm not old enough either.
1 in 10 teenagers in 2021 tried either drugs or alcohol in a hard way. Is this something that you see?
I'd argue that it's
100%.
more. I'd argue that it's more than 1 out of 10. I think maybe it's one
in
in
5.
I'd say that's more realistic. I feel like it's more and more common. It's in our teenage culture, especially. I feel like it's normalised. It's normalised.
It's normal
more.
to smoke weed now. It's normal to have a drink.
Exactly
it's normal
that.
to smoke cigarettes. It's
Exactly.
normal to have a vape.
Exactly.
It's
that.
normal to go partying and do other drugs. It's become a norm now. From where it just used to be a little social thing back in the 90s and 80s, is now an everyday thing, and people were taking it like it's part of their life.
Which is why we don't hear about it. Like,
Yeah, exactly,
It's a big thing as well. And what about issues of single-parent households? That seems to be on the rise these days as well, and that's been touted as a bit of a contributing factor to if you're a guy, like you are 4 guys, and you don't have a father figure to look up to ask the questions you want to, and likewise if you're a female and you don't have a mother and you want to ask those female sort of questions and you don't have someone around you to ask that, do you think that is a contributing factor?
Yeah, for me, yeah, I would say, speaking from my own personal, like my own situations, yeah, it's a bit tough because, do you know what I mean, you want to try to like put in work so you can make them feel, you know what I mean, like they got support by you as a child and as a kid, you know what I mean? Well,
Definitely. To build on that, I'd like to say that if you've been growing up without a father figure at home, you start to look for father figures elsewhere, and more time you'll see that on the streets with older people recruiting younger people and getting them into drugs and stuff like that. It's really taking over their lives.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I feel like people, you go outside, they're just like yeah. They call you bro this, bro that, and then they take you under the wing. And because there's a lot of youths that haven't grown up with a father figure, it's new to them, and then they accept it. They're more gullible towards it because they haven't had a strong, dominant male figure to tell them to keep away from these things. They lack guidance, as going back to what I said earlier. So I feel like there is a contributing cause as well.
So it's like an aspect of exploitation almost. If you
Picking
have
on
like
vulnerable
these older
people.
guys
Yeah.
on the street recruiting kids that they know are lacking guidance, that are lacking a parent.
Most definitely, I will, yeah, but I will also say if the youth were more educated, then we wouldn't have that issue as much as there is. If the youth if they had more education on these topics, then they'd be less susceptible to taking it in. They'd be less susceptible to believing all these words they're saying and to actually go into these places and mingling with these types of people.
So we need people to listen to you guys, don't we? That's what we need to happen.
Yeah.
So
And
Perry is doing that,
Exactly
talking
that.
to council leaders, talking to the police as well. But we need more of that to happen, not just with 21 Up movement, but with other groups as well, joining together. Because you guys have come up with a lot of ideas and solutions about this.
And they're
But
working.
it's not like
Everything's working, and we're not government funded either. Do you know what I mean? No one's helping us except ourselves.
I feel like we could have been government funded if we wanted to, but I feel like Perry's been adamant on saying that we can show everyone that we don't need funding. We can do it ourselves. We could have got funding a long time ago if we really wanted it, but we're killing it right now. Like everything's
Don't need
taking
anyone
place.
else, man. We've got ourselves. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We've got our little team and that. Do you know what I mean? We're all trying to make a change in that. We've got schools on board, councils on board. We've got everything on our side now. Do you know what I mean? The only thing we haven't got is the government, but don't need them to make a change. We can do it in ourselves in our own community.
And as you were saying, Nita, about a lack of being heard in the youth, I feel like 21 Up brings that up a lot, because
Brings that voice.
Exactly, we do podcasts regularly. Every time we're at the youth club, there's an option to go into the second room and do a podcast if you want to. And
you can even have one-on-one chats with Perry as well.
Easy. Anytime you want
Anyone
to. Perry, anytime you call him, he's there to answer. He's everyone's mentor, and most people don't even realise it. They don't realise it, but you can call him anytime. He's there. He'll give you any opportunities. I've had people, I won't even say names, but I've had people, they go into Perry, I'm in this situation, or I just want to keep off the streets, like, can you get me this opportunity? I'll say there was one for modelling, for example. There's one for modelling, and I think it was within a week, 6 or 7 days, Perry organised a photo shoot in Canary Wharf, a professional photo shoot in Canary Wharf. We was all looking our best. We was all represented 21 Up. We had a professional cameraman, DSLR camera, everything. Like, it was all on deck, and then everyone got their professional photo shoot taken, and the youth was really happy about what he did, because that helped him build up his own portfolio. He made his own Instagram page. He posted his pictures that he got from that day, and it got him a lot of exposure. And that was all just through the opportunities that have been brought through 21 Up.
And what about you, Usman? What has been the personal opportunities that have come through you from 21 Up movement?
Not a lot more to name, but I will say 21 Up is giving me the drive to get through with a few of my friends that I know personally, and also are involved in 21 Up, to start up a business. We decided up an events management business. We're hosting professional networking events and things like that. And Perry is the first networking event we actually went to. Perry taking us there. He took us there. He told us represent, look your best. He gave us the pep talk. He gave us everything. We wouldn't have known about this networking event if it wasn't for Perry. But we went there. We made a lot of connections, a lot of shakings, a lot of hands of people that I've never spoke to in my life, and it just empowered us a lot. And after that first networking event, we was absolutely buzzing. We realized that this is what we want to do. And then since then, Perry's want nothing but opportunities just thrown them at us, and we've just taken them every time, and it's always come through better than we could have imagined.
Is that what you want to do going forward? Events?
Exactly.
And you mentioned like stock markets and finance. Do you want to go into that area as well?
Exactly that. And Perry, I feel like he's brought up, he's sent me numbers of people and made me shake hands with people that I've been looking for, and I didn't know. I was like, if I told him I'm interested, like, we're talking, we're friends as well. Perry's my friend as well. Apart from 21 Up, we're also very close friends. He's my mentor as well. Like, we talk, I tell him my interest, and the next thing I know, he calls me up randomly. Oh, you know who you was telling me about? And I've got you an opportunity. I've got you an event to go to. I've got you a phone number. And literally, I remember, it's just crazy. Like, it feels so good just wearing a suit, going and shaking people's hands, networking with them, talking to them. It's absolutely crazy.
Right now.
But just come through to one of our events, wherever it is, whether it's in Essex, whether
you can
it's
just
in
walk in
London,
the door, say for 21 Up, and you're more than
that.
welcome to come in. You can bring us whoever you want, however many.
Exactly that. And obviously, you guys, I know you guys, obviously there's a lot of adults listeners as well. If you have any younger family members, or even yourself, if you want to get involved, if you want to
have a
volunteer,
question for us,
if you have any questions, if you're interested in volunteering, anything, just contact us. We're more than ready for you guys.
We're more than happy to help and have anyone. Do you know what I mean? We want everyone on board on this.
Thank you very much, Usman, Jay, Albie, Alan. Brilliant. Thank you for coming on.
Lovely
to the show.
speaking, man. Thank you
very
much
much for having us.